Hey creeps and weirdos, it's Dan back with another book review. This time I'm reviewing Without Condition by Sonora Taylor. Now Sonora Taylor was nice enough to send me this book along with her newest book. And I just want to throw out a little disclaimer. I don't know that every author who has sent me a book is subscribed to me or not. But I just want to throw it out there that if you have sent me a book to read and review, I am going to read and review that book or books. So, just throwing that out there. I don't want y'all to get scared because you see me do book hauls and think that I'm not going to read and review books you've sent me. I will read and review every book that has been sent to me. If you took the time to send me a book, I'm going to read and review it. But enough of that, let's get on with the book review for Without Condition. Now, I did my first impressions reading vlog, which I'm going to do for every book that an author sends me. I'm going to do a reading vlog just so everybody can be aware. It gets more attention for a book that an author has sent me if I do a reading vlog, so that way you guys can kind of get an idea of my first impressions while reading it. And since this book is not really known that much, I'm going to read the synopsis on the back in case you missed the unboxing, so you're not really sure what it's about. Kara Vineyard lives a quiet life in rural North Carolina. She works for an emerging brewery, drives her truck late at night, and lives with her mother on a former pumpkin farm. Her mother is proud of her and keeps a wall displaying all of Kara's accomplishments. Kara isn't so much proud as she is bored. She's revitalized when she meets Jackson Price, a pharmacist in Raleigh. Every day they spend together, she falls for him a little more, which in turn makes her life more complicated. When Kara goes on her late-night drives, she often picks up men. Those men tend to die, and when Kara comes back to the farm, she brings a memento for her mother to add to her wall of accomplishments. Kara's mother loves her no matter what, but she doesn't know if Jackson will feel the same, and she doesn't want to find out. So there, we got it all laid out on the table, the synopsis. This is what the book's about, so if I talk about it in the review, it's not really a spoiler. Okay, so I'm going to have to say right off the bat, like I mentioned in my reading vlog, that the author does not hold anything back. She starts the book right off within the first 10 pages. We get a sense and idea that Kara Vineyard is not a normal person. She's a serial killer. She picks up hitchhikers and she murders them. And you get a taste of that within the first 10 pages. And then it slowly goes into a backstory about the character, so we kind of understand why she's so troubled, why she is. It's kind of like her making. We kind of understand why she is the way she is, and, you know, I kind of, at this point, I mean, because I was a kid who was bullied a lot, and I kind of found the character and other characters were really likable. I mean, I felt like they were real people. I didn't feel like they were like this. I mean, yeah, I mean, she's a female serial killer, but aside from that, I felt like she could be a real person with real feelings and all that, and the mom and all that. I just felt like they were written so well that I felt like they could be real people. And I will admit, I did not expect this, because I went into this kind of blind. I just read the synopsis, and I was like, that sounds interesting, I want to read it. And I didn't really check out, like, Goodreads to see, like, anything else about the genre. So I'm going to say right off the bat that this is not going to be a book for everyone. I don't mind reading romance if there's a little bit in a story I'm reading. I don't go seeking it out. Like, I have read erotica. I've read erotica, but erotica and romance are two different levels, two different things. Would I have sought this out and read it on my own? Probably not, if I would have known it was a romance. But it is a dark romance because it has those darker elements of, you know, the main character being a serial killer. And I will have to say, so that's why I'm giving you the forewarning that this book is not for everyone. If you're someone who just does not like romance, I don't think this book is going to be for you. Yes, it is horror because it does have those dark elements, but it's just not. It focuses a lot, and when you kind of tend to get the middle of the book, it does focus heavily on that romance element. So I'm just laying that out there. I do have to say that I found this to be a roller coaster read. When I first started it, I was like, oh my god, this book is so great. And then I got to the romance part and I was like, oh no, chick lit kind of drama, romance, drama. But then when it got to the end, it picked back up and it kind of redeemed itself in my eyes. And I'm kind of glad that I kept on reading it because it made up for a lot of the romance stuff that I mean, I enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong, it flowed at a nice pace. I read this relatively quickly. I think I read this in like a week or two. It didn't take me no time at all to read this. It was about, how many pages? About 334 or 5 pages. So, yeah, it was a relatively quickly paced read. It doesn't, like, drag on. It skips ahead to certain time periods. So it kind of, makes up for it in that aspect. Like I said, I found it to be a roller coaster read. I did enjoy the characters. I enjoyed reading it. It was a good reading experience. Even though I'm not one of those people who seeks out romance, I really enjoyed it. I found the characters to be likable. Like I said, the pacing was great. It was good. It was perfect pacing. Enough to keep me interested. It didn't really have slow parts that really were boring. Because, like, when it had those down moments when it was going into the romance, there were other things going on in the story that kind of still piqued your interest and kept you interested in the story. At the end all of this book, I gave this a 4 out of 5 star rating on Goodreads. I really liked the way it ended. I love the kind of the moral behind the title and how it's without condition. Can you love someone without condition? And it really is summed up well by the finality of the story. It was like kind of not like, it wasn't like graphically laid out, but it was enough that where you could read into it and understand what had happened. And I like the way the author had portrayed that last and final scene. It was kind of separated, like showing it from like 2 different points of view, from Kara and Jackson's points of view and from her mother as the memento collector. So I really, and I'm not going to spoil it because I'm not going to tell you too many details about it because I want to leave, something for you guys to like experience on your own. But I really did enjoy this. I did, like I said, I gave it a 4 out of 5 star rating on Goodreads. If you don't mind romance, especially a darker romance, I would definitely check this out. I noticed that my friends on Goodreads, I hate saying this because it sounds like a sexist thing, but I feel like more females are going to get more out of this book than guys would. Out of my Goodreads friends, there were females who really, 4 or 5 star ratings, so they really enjoyed this. I mean, I thought it was good too, so it is what it is. I will have a link to the author's website down below and a link to Amazon if you guys want to pick up a copy of this for yourselves. I do appreciate any and all of y'all that have been purchasing books through my links. It does help me out because at this time I'm currently not receiving AdSense from Google. My channel's slowly growing, so if you came here looking for horror book reviews or recommendations, please hit that subscriber button. While you're there, hit that notification bell so you're well aware of when I upload again. That's all I got for you guys. I do have another book from this author that I'm going to get to in the near future. I kind of backtracked and I'm reading another book, so yeah, just have to stay tuned to see what that book is. But yeah, I do read and review every book that an author sends me. I don't have too many more books to go through at this point, and I had some other authors who said they're sending me some books, so like we'll have to wait and see what's going on with that. But that's all I got for you guys. Go check out her website. pick up this book, help support like independent horror authors. That's the whole reason I'm doing this, is to help out some independent authors. There's some really good stuff out there that I think doesn't get the attention as the bigger books. So yeah, thanks for watching. Till next time, stay creeping and keep on reading. Bye.